Chapter 7 Quit India Movement All Question and Answers. Though. Short answer questions. 1. Under what condition, the Congress proposed to support Britain during the Second World War? Why did the Congress ministries resign in 1939? Though. What was reaction of the British government and the Muslim League to the resignation of Congress ministries in 1939? 3. Give any two salient features of August offer. 4. Why was the August offer rejected by the Congress as well as the Muslim League? 5. What reasons did the Muslim League put forward for the creation of two independent nations? 6. How was the constitution-making body to be constituted according to the Cripps proposals of 1942? 7. Which point in the Cripps offer was against the unity of the nation? 8. Why did the people of the princely states oppose the Cripps mission? What kind of status was promised to India after the war by Sir Stafford Cripps? 9. What did the Congress think of the threat of a Japanese attack on India in 1942? Thus, what was meant by the Quit India movement? 11. How did the Quit India movement show that national feelings had become too deep-rooted? Answers. 1. The Congress proposed to support Britain during the Second World War under the condition that India would be granted immediate independence after the war. The Congress ministries resigned in 1939 because the Viceroy did not agree to their demand for immediate independence. Though. The British government reacted with disappointment and viewed the resignation as an act of betrayal. The Muslim League, on the other hand, saw it as an opportunity to strengthen its demand for a separate Muslim nation. 3. Two salient features of the August offer were: 1. The proposal to expand the Executive Council of the Viceroy to include more Indians, and 2. The promise of dominion status for India once the war ended. 4. The August offer was rejected by the Congress because it did not meet their demand for immediate independence. The Muslim League rejected it because it did not guarantee the creation of a separate Muslim nation. 5. The Muslim League put forward two reasons for the creation of two independent nations. 1. They argued that Muslims and Hindus were separate nations with distinct identities and should have their own separate countries, and 2. They feared that Hindu majority rule in an independent India would lead to the marginalization and oppression of Muslims. Chair. According to the Cripps proposals of 1942, the constitution-making body was to be constituted by representatives from the provinces of British India, with the inclusion of representatives from the princely states if they chose to participate. 7. The point in the Cripps offer that was against the unity of the nation was the provision for the princely states to have the option to remain outside the proposed Indian Union. 8. The people of the princely states opposed the Cripps mission because they felt that it did not adequately address their concerns and interests. Sir Stafford Cripps promised that after the war, India would be granted dominion status and have the opportunity to draft its own constitution. No. The Congress did not take the threat of a Japanese attack on India in 1942 lightly. They believed that if India remained under British rule, the British would not prioritize the defense of India and instead focus on protecting their own interests. Thus, the Quit India movement was a mass civil disobedience movement launched by the Indian National Congress in August 1942. Its aim was to demand an immediate end to British rule in India. 11. The Quit India movement showed that national feelings had become deeply rooted as it witnessed widespread participation and support from people across different regions and social groups. It demonstrated that a large portion of the Indian population was united in their desire for freedom and willing to make sacrifices to achieve it. 8. Structured questions. The Congress Working Committee passed the famous Quit India resolution at Wardha in July 1942. With reference to this, answer the following questions. A. What were the reasons for the passing of this resolution? B. What was the British government's reaction to the Quit India movement? C. What was the impact and significance of this movement? Answers. A. The Quit India resolution was passed for several reasons. The main reason was the frustration and dissatisfaction of the Indian National Congress with the British government's refusal to grant India independence. The Congress believed that peaceful negotiations had failed, and a more assertive approach was needed to achieve freedom. They also aimed to create a united front against British rule and mobilize the masses in a nonviolent struggle. B. The British government reacted strongly to the Quit India movement. They considered it a threat to their rule and responded with harsh repression. The British authorities arrested many Congress leaders, including Mahatma Gandhi, and imposed strict censorship and curfews. They used police and military forces to suppress protests, leading to violent clashes and the loss of many lives. C. The Quit India movement had a significant impact on India's struggle for independence. It marked a turning point in the freedom struggle as it demonstrated the strong determination and unity of the Indian people against British rule. Although the movement faced severe repression and did not immediately achieve independence, it served as a catalyst for future events. The British government realized the growing strength of the independence movement, and the movement itself inspired a sense of nationalism and self-confidence among Indians. The Quit India movement laid the foundation for the eventual attainment of independence in 1947.